Hey, it's Catherine from Weight Loss for Goddesses checking in. It is Thursday. I'm doing a little live stream. It's very exciting. And I wanted to talk about aromatherapy today. And I know a lot of folks opted in or got that aromatherapy for weight loss PDF, which is informative and tells you much of what you need to know. But I realized that some people, it's nice to see the how you use them in action, because knowing the information and then integrating it into your life are two different things. So I have some special oils here today, and part of why I wanted to do this today is because I came home from work last night. I had a stressful day. I was overwhelmed, and I just wanted to take a walk. So we took a walk as the sun was setting, and as we walked down the street, the neighbors must have put fertilizer on the lawn, and some of them, they had like the nasty pesticide sign. So nasty stink of that as I was walking, I was like, oh. And then we came upon, there was some dead, rotting corpse of something somewhere near the swamp, because usually it smells a little swampy, which I don't mind, the frogs and stuff, yay. But it was terrible. We had to cover our mouths and run past that. And then we went we walked past a golf course, and that also smelled like fertilizer pesticide. So by then I was really disappointed. I mean, it was beautiful out, but just I couldn't get that summer smell. It was the first day of summer. It was, then we walked, and then became comical because the next place we walked was laundry detergent. Holy crap, someone was using I don't even know, Glad or whatever, it's a Gain, something that smelled really strong. So I pretty much took a walk and realized how much of what is calming to me about being outside are the smells, just to smell especially on the solstice, that sun baking the earth and the plants and all that beautiful kind of abundance in your smell, even the swamp, I'll take it, so it was all unnatural. I guess the rotting was a natural smell, but not one that I wanted to really spend time in. So I came home and was like, well, I have smells, and I smelled some flowers outside. I have a milkweed that's blooming that's so fragrant. So I smelled that, and I thought, how important smell is, and how even as an aromatherapist, I take that for granted sometimes, and that a lot of the catharsis I get from being outside is in smelling the smells, which I'll share an article at some point on forest bathing, which is a process that they do. It's a Japanese, it's like a prescription you get to go forest bathing. And it means you go spend time in the forest. And when they test people's blood levels of immune fighting and stress relieving hormones and good stuff, they are increased if you have been forest bathing. And they are decreased if you've been in a city. They had somebody in a city and somebody in a forest. And it doesn't even take that much time. It's a couple hours, and you can actually see the increase in the good immune system. I forget what they are, but T4 cells or something are dramatically increased. So they don't know why. They don't know, but they think a lot of it is the smell of the different oils and the combination of them just in nature. So, you don't maybe get as much benefit if what you smell is laundry detergent and chemicals. Sad. So I came home and smelled some things, and then I thought I just wanted to share some aromatherapy ideas for you of how to use aromatherapy for weight loss. And so peppermint is a great one. Peppermint, everyone knows peppermint. It's pretty much used for nausea and headaches is a lot of what people use it for, but it also is great for pain. It's a pain reliever. It's great for stress reduction. It's great for anxiety, and it's an appetite suppressant. They found it reduces your appetite by 20% if you smell it before. And of course, you don't want to reduce your appetite and not get enough food, but just if you have an issue with overeating and you've kind of resolved some of the emotional issues around overeating, peppermint can help. A lot of what using essential oils does is it just reminds you to stop and take a breath. So they have a lot of amazing physiologic, chemical, and spiritual responses when you smell them, but also it's just taking a moment. So before you sit down and eat a meal, just to take a moment to breathe. I mean, probably the same as prayer, just taking a moment to be grateful, to acknowledge you're about to eat, and to try and stay present with your body. So peppermint is a wonderful one. And I have this in my car all the time because it, for nausea, you can just smell it. If you're going behind some stinky vehicle in front of you, you can smell the peppermint instead of the vehicle. I also have it in my locker at work where I'm a nurse because people, it's great for headaches. It's great for, it actually is something we drip a bit in the toilet if someone's having trouble urinating. So it actually has been used in hospitals for a while. But also just for stress, you know, for overwhelm. I had, and then grapefruit is another one, which is really, this is another one that helps suppress your appetite. And it's very uplifting, you know, it's very cheering. It's, all the citruses are really helpful for depression, you know, and you can see, even when I was just peeling an orange yesterday, and that's what I did when I came home from my stinky walk, is I peeled an orange and was like, there you go, there's something. So grapefruit is really nice, and I have, the folks who are in my program are getting these in the mail, but you can buy jewelry, aromatherapy jewelry. So this is a great, it's a locket, it's very pretty, and it has little felt pads that come with it. That you drip different essential oils on, you put it in a little locket, and then you can smell it. And I've used a couple of these, and this one is the one I like the best so far, and you just can lift it up and give it a sniff. It's a little subtle, it's less than like pulling out your bottle, and you can give a nice strong sniff and get the relief when you smell it, but also it's kind of wafting around you all the time. So this is a really nice option, aromatherapy jewelry. This is from Peloha, P-E-L-O-H-A. It's the company that makes this. So that's another nice way to use essential oils. You also can use them in a sniffer. So this is like a cute little sniffer that you can get. I can make these for you if you want to message me, but you can also buy them in stores. But you put this a little foam cotton insert that goes in there, and then you just sniff it. Whew, and that's a really good way to get a good dose. This one's very nice because not the whole world has to smell it. You know, if you work somewhere, or you're somewhere where people are like, what's that smell? I have a headache. You know, if they don't like it, a lot of people are sensitive. Actually, not a lot, but some people are sensitive, and they're often very sensitive. So I have a few folks at work who get migraines with lavender. So I can't really use lavender a lot there, but peppermint. Nobody is bothered by peppermint. So, but if I was going to do lavender at work, I would use this because no one can smell it but me. And then the other way to use essential oils, again, it's almost like the tapping. Like if you do the 10 minutes a day of tapping, it increases your, it decreases your, you know, they did that study where people who tapped 10 minutes a day lost 10 pounds after a few months. And it was because they reduced stress. And they kind of focused on the issues that were bothering them as opposed to eating for those issues. Oh, look, someone has asked a question. How exciting. Hi, Martha. What do you use most? I guess I go through phases of what I use most, kind of what's around. Peppermint we use all the time because my husband gets headaches and I get nauseous a lot, and it doesn't bother anyone. You know, sometimes finding the perfect essential oil is tricky, and you find a combination you love. And I have a diffuser that I was diffusing the other day, and I was playing this beautiful music, and I had grapefruit, maybe sandalwood and lavender, and it was lovely. It smelled great. And then my husband came home and was like, why does it smell like rat piss? Whoa, who needs to clean the rat cage? Why? Like it did not work for him. So it can be challenging to find something your whole family likes, especially if you have a sensitive and very verbal family who notice smells. So you can kind of see what works best in your environment. But I use peppermint all the time. Lavender, I love lavender. And most people, there's those poor migraine people, but most people really like that as well. And that one is just kind of calming, but it also is amazing for skin and for healing. And so I had a few different things recently where I was using lavender. And I think I wrote about it in my one of my blog posts about we have a pet rat, and it had a very hurt foot. And it was very swollen and disgusting. And I went to the vet and did things like that, but I soaked it in lavender water. So water with just a little bit of lavender oil in it, kind of swished up so it doesn't directly hit the foot. And it healed so fast, it was insane. You know, the before and after pictures were very exciting. So lavender is one of those essential oils that is almost like the multivitamin of the essential oils. You know, if you like it, you know, use it in every way because it helps with immune system, it helps fight germs, it helps with depression, it helps with stress, it helps with sleep. And the grandfather of aromatherapy was a chemist who was in France in the 1800s, and he burned himself terribly with some, you know, he was doing some experiment, and he burned himself, and so there was a vat of lavender oil that he was using for something else that he just dunked his arm in, and then the pain went away immediately, and then it healed really quickly, and he kind of realized, oh my gosh, essential oils can be used for health, and so he promoted that. I forget his name. My aromatherapy teacher would be upset with me. But anyway, lavender is amazing. So I use lavender, and then the citrus ones are really fun because they just smell good. I mean, they make you salivate a little. They're delicious. Lemon was the other one I was going to share, which I've been using a lot of. I've been making a tick repellent up, and lemon is a part of it, and it smells so good. It smells a little sweeter than the just the actual lemon when you smell it. And it's, you can see it's just very uplifting. It's kind of calming. And I, like I said, I've been having stress at work and overwhelm and things happening. And I thought, oh, I have all these tools. I have these delicious smells. I can use them. And so I have been, you know, kind of doubling up how I use my essential oils. And it really does help. And part of it is the actual physiologic help. Part is that you're taking a moment to take care of yourself. That you've acknowledged, oh, I need to do something. Something has to shift. And so you use these to help you shift. So I wish, that's one thing with videos, you can't smell them. But, you know, you can go to a health food store and you can, you know, smell all the different smells and see what you like. You can, and often, you know, I'll make blends for people and say I'll be making a blend for a child for sleep, and they'll pick oils that aren't necessarily classically used for sleep, but for them, for their nose, that's what they want, and that's what they'll use, and they'll spray before bed, and then their parents say it totally worked. They went to sleep. So, so I recommend going and sniffing them if you can. Sometimes health food stores aren't the best place to get oils. Oh yes, you're welcome, Martha. But it's a place to start. My favorite company is the one I keep flashing here. You can't see probably. Appalachian Valley Natural Products. So I just type in AV-AT to get to their website. And they are great. They have samples, you know, and a lot of the samples, it's 1/3 of a milliliter. So it's not much, but you can get them for 75 cents each. Get these adorable little bottles and sniff them and see what you like. If you're trying to figure out which kind of lavender looks appealing, or do you want grapefruit or lemon. They're also aromatherapy and essential oils is kind of complicated by, there's a lot of multi-level marketing. And people who do the multi-level marketing are super passionate about their brand and what their brand does. And it can get a little heated and overwhelming for people. So what I do is I just buy from a family. I don't, you know, I don't make any money off selling my, I mean, I don't make money if you buy their oils. So, not that that would be bad, but that's just not how I'm doing it, just because it puts a lot of different pressure on and often increases the price of the oils. So I just recommend this company because they're amazing. And you can, I just ordered today, and you can get like a 2-ounce bottle of lemon is, I think it was $7. You know, so it's not really expensive. Great oils. They do a beautiful job. It's what my clinical aromatherapy program, which is like for doctors and nurses and physical therapists. You know, it's a very, we only use the best oils, and that's one of the 5 companies that they recommended. So I highly recommend them as a way to just, you know, you can go pick a few samples, look at all the beautiful pictures, read about them, and just pick 10, you know, spend $10 and get a whole little, you know, you can do a little line of vials and sniff them. And they really do help improve your mood and make you feel better and help you eat less if that is a problem for you, and eat healthier. So the other thing I was going to show is just you get a base oil, like this is sweet almond oil, and so it doesn't have a smell. You can also use olive oil, but that has a bit of a smell. You can use coconut oil and just warm it in your hands, and then you add a couple drops of the oils to it. So you'd add a little lemon, a little lavender, rub it on your hands, and then give yourself a little massage. You know, wherever it is you hold your tension, just give yourself a massage with the oils. And that feels great. So just some tips on how to use the essential oils. This is just, I just used a few of them that you can use. There's hundreds of marvelous oils, and many of them are quite inexpensive, and you can integrate them into your day, and you don't have to buy, you know, spend hundreds of dollars to really be able to use them in a really awesome way. All right, so I hope that was helpful. I hope you are great, and I'm going to end this now, but I'll chat with you soon. Okay, bye.